Hello friends, this is a follow-up video on my previous video on the Asia Cup controversy, especially Indian players not shaking hands with their Pakistani counterparts. And after winning the final, Indian players refused to accept the trophy from the representative of Pakistani Cricket Control Board. One interesting comment I received was that this was not a bilateral event, it was a multilateral event, and possibly Indian government thought that we should not boycott an event which is multilateral. So I did some research on this Asia Cup, and I noticed that in 1986, India did boycott the tournament and did not play Sri Lanka owing to tensions. Then in 1991, Pakistan did boycott and they did not play with India. They withdrew from the tournament. So there are precedents. So the argument that in case India refused to play this tournament, there might have been consequences is not a correct one. This has already happened twice, and no action was taken against any of these countries. So sometimes we want to give some defense, explaining the stand of government or the BCCI, but I don't think that argument holds good here in this particular case. The second comment that was received was possibly this was the decision of the team itself, and there was no instruction from BCCI or the sports ministry or government of India for that matter. So here also my comments are, of course, it is possible. We cannot rule out that it's not possible, but it is not likely because this is not a tournament where people play as individuals. For example, in US Open or Wimbledon, it was the decision of the tournament organizers that owing to Russia's special military operations against Ukraine, people from Russia and Belarus will not be allowed to participate representing their countries, but they will be allowed to play as individual participants. So in this case, everybody was playing as individual participant. And while the other players who represented other countries were allowed to say that they are either from the US or some country in the Europe, etc., nevertheless, the tournament is played as individual tournament. No organization is deputy, let's say a player from the US, etc. So in this case, it is possibly up to the player to decide whether he wants to shake hands with a person from Belarus or Russia. And some players chose to shake hands, some players refused to shake hands. So in that case, we could have said that yes, it is the decision of individual, and that discretion was granted by the organizing committee. Whereas in this case, it was the team of representing India. So I don't think the choice was given to the players to voluntarily decide whether they want to do this or not. Second important point is that you would have noticed that no BCCI official was present in any of these tournament matches. So possibly it was the decision from the BCCI itself. We don't know whether there was any instruction from Sport Ministry not to fully participate. So the officials did not represent. So it is more likely that there was some hint or direct instruction to the Indian cricket team not to shake hand or not to accept the trophy. So I think I'm not making any other comments because this was simply the reaction or response or my views, comments, etc. to the inputs received to the first video. Thank you very much.